let's turn that down a little bit, but we'll let it go on to the next song. Why not? Hello! Hello! Turn that down just a little bit. How is everybody doing? Holy crap. What an adventure I had. was literally just like sitting, playing. I think I was like in the middle of a dungeon in Final Fantasy 14. I can't quite remember. It was either that or I was playing like I was in the middle of a game. I don't remember what game it was because it was late at night. It was like 3 a.m. And I was just like winding down, and I was either in a dungeon in Final Fantasy 14 or I was playing a Hearthstone battleground or something. I don't remember. But I was just sitting, hanging out, and all of a sudden, boom! What happened? And I go out to my computer because it's on the other side of the wall, and I feel its side, and it's hot. And I'm like, why is it hot? It shouldn't be hot. It shouldn't be running hot. Because it's got a lot of fans going. Like, the whole purpose of that computer is to be able to do some heavy duty stuff while running quietly. So I go out there and I check it, and it's hot, and I'm like, that's so weird. So I wait for it to cool down, and I hit the power button, and all the other fans start up except for the one most important one, the one that's right by the heatsink. That's cooling everything down. The main fan just didn't turn on. And it's not that it didn't turn on all the way, which would have already been like a weird thing, but it was trying to go. It was like like that. And so I'm like, okay, it's just like got some dirt in it or something. I'll just like get some compressed air and I'll clean it out. I need to clean it out anyway because it had been a little while. So I got the air compressor because I don't have any cans of compressed air, but I have a carryable air compressor for like, using nail guns and stuff. So I got that. I brought it over. I put in the special nozzle and I cleaned out the computer. I cleaned around the fan, specifically like underneath the fan. Got it all cleaned up, turned it on, and this time it just went like it tried a little bit, but then it just gave up and it did not spin at all. I'm like, that's really weird. Turn the computer back off. And this time I used my finger and I tried to spin it, see how it goes. And it had some heavy resistance to it. So I'm like, okay, there's definitely something in this fan that is stopping it from running. The problem is that it's not like an older fan that you can actually take apart. It's one of the newer plastic piece of crap fans that are like, oh, this has like planned obsolescence like built into the damn thing. So, like, I literally cannot open this damn thing without breaking it because it's not designed to be opened and fixed. It is that new built-in obsolescence bullshit where it is designed to be a plastic piece of crap to break and you replace, and don't even try to fix it. You can't fix it. But I tried anyway, and in the attempt, I broke it, because of course I did. And yeah, the motor was just completely dead, and it was just, whatever. So I had to order another one online. The problem was, my computer is broken, so I tried to get into my phone. And my phone, I go to Amazon, and I can't find the exact thing, so I look up the actual website. The actual website would only allow me to play through PayPal, and I don't have PayPal on my phone, so I'm like, well, god damn it. So I copied and pasted it into Amazon, and then I finally, after like 2 or 3 hours of searching, find the exact fan I'm looking for, and I order it. If I had been able to order through PayPal on the host website, I would have gotten it for $8. Instead, I had to pay like $20 because fucking Amazon. But at least I was able to get it like much, much quicker. I was able to, it said it was going to be here by Wednesday, today, but it actually showed up yesterday. So good on them for that. But the problem was that when it finally got here, it was like 10 o'clock at night and it was stuffed into my mailbox with like 3 other packages because the asshole who delivered it was like, it's 10 p.m., it's nighttime now because it's December. I'm not gonna like... What the hell is playing right now? It's like broken. I was like, what the fuck was that? Anyway, so yeah, the guy who showed up to actually deliver the package, he left it in the mailbox with like 3 other tiny packages all stuffed and crammed in there. So I'm like, oh no, did they like shove some plastic into my mailbox with like 3 other packages? Is it broken now? Am I gonna have to like send it back for repairs? No. So I get it inside, I unpackage it, and it looked like it was fine. So I hooked it in and turned my computer on. My computer immediately went to the like repair screen because it was like, hey, we recognize that you plugged in something new. We don't know what it is. Is this okay? Is everything working correctly? And then the fan started turning, and I'm like, all right. So I figured it. I figured it was fine. And so that's where we're at now. Yay. Well, my freaking music has just decided to completely bork. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. YouTube is like doing some weird stuff to like stop people from auto playing things, and it's really irritating. Like, let me play the music, goddammit. Why you gotta be this way? Why have you decided to be like, do everything in your power to like not work correctly when it comes to this stuff? It doesn't make any sense. I guess it's to like force people to use like YouTube music because there's like a whole different paradigm of having to like pay for like not seeing ads on that separately or some shit, but it's so annoying. Like, stop it. Stop doing dumb weird things. It doesn't need to be this way. Whatever. Anyway, so the fan is working now. Yay! My computer is back. It's alive. Yay! All that good stuff. So let's get into the game, yeah? Today we're playing Parcel Simulator. Parcel Simulator, I have already 100% completed. I've already beaten it as much as it can be beaten, although there's been a lot of updates since I did that. But as far as I know, they haven't put in any new achievements or anything, so I think I'm still 100%ed. Yeah, I'm still 100%ed. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a new game, and I'm going to play the new game for a bit to like just show you what the game is. And then later on we'll swap over to the end of the game, and I'll show you what the end of the game looks like, so you can contrast the two, you know? And then, yeah. But I actually really, really liked Parcel Simulator, as might be assumed by 100%ing it. It was a lot of fun. The start is a little janky, but it you know, the whole point is that it starts off weird and then it gets better and better and better as you go, you know? So let's see if I can get the game working, and we'll get right into it. I like Parcel Simulator. Like it says in my stream description, it really is very Factorio, Satisfactory, like factory game meets Papers, Pleased. And it's very interesting. It is sort of that thing that they do where they will introduce problems and then sell you the solution, which is kind of a problem. But because that's the entire game mechanic versus like an in-game shop, it actually ends up working. Alright, let's see. Game capture. Yay! There it goes. Alright. Play. So this is my 100% completed save file. As you can see, it only took 67 days to 100% complete. It actually only took 30 days to, like, beat it. So it's not an overly long game. It is a long game. I mean, what I mean by that is, it's as long as you want to make it. But, like that, 67 days is actually about 40 hours of game time. So it is a complete, you know, full game. It's just, you know, I think I managed to actually beat it in only like 14 hours. And the actual, like, rest of that 40 hours was spent doing the completion of stuff. So we're going to new game over here. And like I said, I'm going to show you the beginning of the game, and we'll sort of maneuver our way through. And then I'll just show you the end of the game, because we're not going to do multiple streams of this, I don't think. Not unless people really like it, but... I mean, it's like any other simulator game, really. Alright, welcome to Parcel Simulator! Move around and get your bearings! W to whack forward! Oh, my hand was in the wrong spot. There we go. I was actually doing, RFDG instead of WASD. Alright, zoom and focus. H to hide. Oh, hide the objectives. Alright. View the inspection tablet and read the first email from your boss. Alright. Does John Parcel have a better living conditions than John's swimming pool? No. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. He lives right here in a shipping container right by his work. So no, these simulator guys do not live well. I mean, some of them do, all right? Some of them live pretty okay lives. But most of the time, either they're living in their place of work or they're living in a really crappy place right next to it. But no, John Parcel lives pretty crappily. I mean, at least it's not a tent, I guess. Alright. Welcome to Parcel Simulate Parcel Co. I'm Boss Man, the head honcho around here. We're thrilled to have you on cardboard. Haha. Your mission, if you choose to accept, spoiler, you did, is to ensure every parcel gets the red carpet treatment. Here's a typical day in the warehouse. Pick up parcels from the delivery door, inspect the parcel labels for issues, attach an approval or denial inspection sticker to the parcel, and then submit them either to the export door for valid parcels or the return chute for invalid parcels. Fetch parcels from the delivery door at the far side of the warehouse and inspect them at this inspection table. Then submit them as a valid or invalid based on a set of ever-changing criteria. Go to the sidebar on this inspection table to discover the criteria. So yeah, we have to look at what approved parcel types. We have to look at whether the country flags are correct. We have to check their, yeah. As we go on, we'll unlock more things we need to inspect and ways to inspect them. Yeah. Like I said, it's very, papers, please. To start off with. So right now, we have valid submissions for the truck or the train. Alright, open the day. So parcels will show up in trucks. Check if parcels have a valid country name and flag. Cargo type in the top left to confirm. So, we take this over to our inspection table. Let's look at it. So, it's going by train, so that's good. It says it's from Jonathia, and that's the flag. Let's see if that's really the flag. Country, Jonathia. Yep. So that is approved. With the parcel checked and inspected, sticker attached, approve it via the valid approval chute, which is this one. Yay! And then, when we've filled the truck, we hit the deliver button. This time I think we have to do it in order to continue the tutorial, but usually we would wait until the truck is full. Check the country and cargo types are valid for the next parcel. If invalid, attach a denial sticker. So let's see, let's take it over. Okay, so right away, what even is that symbol? That is not a car or a train, so we deny. So, if anything is wrong with the parcel, like, the flag and country name is correct, but if anything is wrong, it is a denial. So we throw it into the denial chute.
Some parcels arrive pre-inspected with the correct sticker applied and can be submitted without further inspection. Expanding your warehouse increases the number of pre-inspected parcels. Correctly submit this parcel to continue. So this one has been pre-inspected and it is approved, so we will approve it. Those are never wrong. Whoever pre-inspected this is way better at this job than we are. So we don't even need to think about it. Oh, we received a new email. You can open the tablet at any time or go to the table. Hi, nice work on submitting your first few parcels. You're really getting into the hang of this. Did you know that you can submit parcels in batches to earn bonus income? Be careful though, as invalid submissions have increasing penalties for mistakes. Keep it up, boss man. So yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, where we want to fill up the truck if possible, because it'll give us money multipliers. And if there's any problems, then we'll get -5, and then it'll multiply every time. So if we submit 2 bad, then it's -10, 3 bad, -15, etc., throughout the entirety of the day. So if you make too many mistakes, you'll lose more money than you gained. But it's pretty forgiving. All right, let's see. So it's going by truck, that's correct. It's from Vokua. Where's Vokua? Yep, that's correct. So we approve. In it goes. Alright. Let's look at this. It's going by train. That's correct for today. Kristen. Nope. That's the flag of Kristen. That is not the flag of Kristen, so it is denied. And we toss it. Is there a Mr. Fraud Potato in this game? Or that one guy you know is trying to forge his identity but trying anyway? Nah, this game is fairly simple. There are no NPCs in the game. There's no anything like that. I mean, maybe there is if you're paying special attention to, like, the delivery people on the packages, but otherwise, nah. There is, like, the game does become more and more and more, but this is generally what the game is. To an extent. You know, like I said, it slowly morphs into Satisfactory or Factorio as time goes on. So it doesn't have the, like, character storyline stuff that Papers, Please did. Instead, it has the automation feel-goodness of a factory simulator. So, like, what we're doing right now is probably, like, the most cumbersome that the game is, and then we're trying to automate it out. You know, we're automating this out. Well, no, that's not true, because the more that you play the game, the more you unlock more things you need to inspect and things you need to check. Stratton. So, like, eventually you'll have to, like, check for contraband. You'll have to check, like, the mailing thing. You'll have to check special weight distributions. You'll have to check so many things. Like, it just gets more and more and more and more. All right, Southport. Oh, pre-approved. Nice. And, okay. Well, we know this is wrong because that's not the flag of Janathia. Purchase the industrial scales from the shop on your inspection tablet. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and send these going so we can get some money. Alright, so we want the industrial scales. Weighs the parcel prior to submitting, grants access to the weight assessment license. Alright, and then when we order things, it appears in this truck pretty much immediately. Collect the scales from the delivery truck, open it inside the warehouse.
There we go. So now we weigh the parcels. I'm gonna put this here. Now we gotta purchase the weight class examination license. Bam. And we will get an additional $10 per parcel. Oh, what's up, boss man?
Good work picking up the weight class inspection license. It's nice to finally have an employee that wants to do more work. From the next delivery, you'll need to weigh parcels on the scales and check their weight is labeled correctly. Go to the weight tab in your inspection tablet to learn more.
So we have to make sure that things are properly laid out on which weight category they are. And if they're not, again, rejected. Those parcel trucks work fast. You emptied out the shipping container, turned around in a few seconds, it magically spawned in. Hope those truckers get a raise. Right? Here's the thing you can do. Check this out. If I just do that. Ta-da! And at a certain point, that becomes the best way to do it. It's just like, oh, I'm going to spend the entire day just collecting packages. And then once my shift is over and time has stopped, as you see it has just happened, that noise, that plonk noise or whatever that was, signals the end of the day. No more trucks are coming, no more deliveries are coming, so now I can leisurely sort the packages. Alright, so this doesn't have a weight distribution on it. It's from Glugwood, or so it says. Where is Glugwood? Glugwood isn't a real place, which means denied. Alright, Molland, it says, with that flag. That's correct. Is there a weight distribution on it? Nope. Which means we can approve. Pre-approved. Oh, this has a weight class sticker. It's weight class C. So let's see. First, is it from Vokua? Yep. And it is going to the right place. Alright, so weight class C is 0 to 15. Is it between 0 and 15? It is, which means we can attach a approved sticker. Approved. Alright, no weight sticker on this one. It's from Peruania, that's correct. That is one of the things going out today. Approved. Alright, final package. It is weight class D. Weight class D is 0 to 20. 14, yep. Truck is one of the ones going out today. It's from Yat Danica? No, it's not. Denied. Alright. Sending the packages for the day. Oh, investigate the contracts room. Alright, what's in the contracts room? Contracts! You can accept contracts from companies to earn additional income. Prepare parcels for a contract, then submit via this room. So basically, this is an additional thing where it's like, hey, if you want to earn a little extra money from certain packages, then you can use this instead of sorting it normally. So like there are some contracts that are like send any parcel. So it's like, oh, I don't even need to like check these parcels. I can just immediately throw them out. Is there one more package sitting around? No! Oh, okay, yeah, there is. This was denied. I threw it to the side. Good catch. There is no real penalty for letting things sit over multiple days, which I guess that explains why a lot of parcels are not delivered on time. Blech. There we go, day 1. No incorrect approvals, no incorrect denials. Yay! Money spent, money gained. Day 2. Go to the contracts tab in your inspection table and accept a contract. All right. Oh, I also have to pay bills, which is your first bill.
Dear Electrico Company, customer.
Oh, dear Electrico Company, customer. We're illuminating that we've zapped over your first bill. Amazing! Check out your tablet's billing tab. We send bills every 3 days. Pay within 3 days to avoid accruing interest. If you miss a payment, the full amount plus interest will be automatically collected after 5 days. Thank you for choosing Electricity Co. We ensure your experience is positively charged. Bright regards. Ugh.
All right, contracts. Bossman training. Must contain 2 parcels. Submit any 2 parcels to complete the contract. Reward $250. Alright, let's start the day. So today is the same as yesterday in terms of valid submissions. So we're just gonna grab whatever. We don't even need to look at it. Look at this one. This is obviously a deny. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna separate the obviously denies from... We're gonna separate these obvious ones, and we're only gonna submit the ones that we aren't sure about. So we're not sure about this one, so we're going to throw this one into the contract room. Here comes the next one. Alright, we aren't sure about this one, so into the contract room it goes. And that's 2 parcels. Into the van. Oh no, your stuff has mysteriously disappeared. Sorry. Thank you for the money. Alright, purchase Tier 1 warehouse expansion at the for sale sign. This expansion unlocks a new valid export door for the air cargo. Alright. So, email, contract complete.
Hi, congrats on completing your first contract. You can accept contracts at any time and complete any active contract in as much time as you need. Inactive contracts will expire and new ones will be sent over in their place. You may find you want to be picky about which contracts you accept, as you receive a penalty for canceling active contracts. So what contracts do we have? Must contain 3 parcels that have the rail cargo type. Must contain 2 parcels that are of a destination of support. Must contain 3 parcels. All must be valid with approval stickers and have rail cargo types. Well, there goes my limited edition anime waifu figurine that I paid premium for. Yep, too bad. Too bad, so sad. So I mostly don't do contracts, like at all. I'll usually wait until it's a minimal exception. It's like, oh, it must contain 3 parcels that have the rail cargo type. So then I just don't need to look at the rail cargo ones at all, and I can just throw the 3 in there. Things like that. But I don't know that I really care enough. Let's go ahead and just gain parcels until the end of the day. Alright, so this one is a definite denial. Whoop. Whoop. And whoop. It's a good thing they don't send fragile stuff to my area yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna spend this entire day just gathering stuff to sort. Awaiting next delivery.
And as you upgrade, there's an upgrade, there's a bunch of upgrade stuff that'll make things show up faster and give you more things to do and blah, 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 blah. Upgrades. But for today, we're just doing this. Since it does take a while, though, we can go ahead and pick out the obviously denied ones. Like this one. Shove them over there. Right, not obviously denied. Not obviously denied. Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Oh, obvious. Go ahead. Boop. Obvious. And what I say by obvious is it's the symbol in that corner there is obviously not one of those two. Like this one. Obvious. And it's just something to do while we wait for the next package to arrive. Alright. Obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Blocked. Huh. Huh. And... Oh, pre-approved. Not obvious. Not obvious. Come on. How much does this cost? $700. We might be able to do that at the end of the day. Whoop. And whoop. And whoop. Let's see. Not obvious. Not obvious. Pre-denied. Nice. Let's go ahead and carry some of these denied ones over here. And so yeah, I don't know, there's just something kind of relaxing about this like simple sorting game with like these little conditionals that you actually need to like pay a little bit of attention to. Oh, pre-approved. Nice. I didn't even see that. Alright. And it's just like really easy to get into the zone, you know? Obvious. Not obvious. And as I said, as you unlock more and more things, you'll have more and more things to check, but then you'll start getting ways to sort of automatically sort. And it becomes more and more Factorio and less Papers, Please. And I'm hoping I can stop saying that over and over again and start showing it instead, because I'm starting to feel kind of like I'm annoying by saying it over and over again. Alright, let's start looking at some of these. Oh, we should do weight class first. Alright, so this one is weight class D, which is 1 through 20. Yep. So let's do like this one goes here. C class, that's 1 through 15 or 0 through 15. Yep. This is also C, so that's up to 15. Nope. Alright, up to 15. Yep. B, up to 10. Yep. A, up to 5. Nope, that's overboard. Up to 20. Up to, what does that say? Up to 30. There's no way this is 30, but alright. Wow! That was close, actually. Alright, but it's still approved. Alright, up to 10. Yep. Up to 30. Nope. Up to 10. Nope. Up to 15. Yep. Up to 15. Yep. Up to 20. Yeah, up to 20. Nope. Up to 20. Yep. Nope. Up to 20. Nope. And up to 30. Nope. And now we have to actually inspect the country flags. Congrati, yep. Approved. Danica, approved. Janathia, approved. Congrati, approved. What does that say? Strentum. Yep, approved. Soport. Approved. What do we got? Vokua, approved. Lick balls. Lick balls is not a real place. Denied. But good on you for making me say lick balls. Mullen, approved. Prania, approved. Implant, approved. And Strentum. That is not the flag of Strenton. Alright. Now you gotta make sure that you actually do put denied on the packages for denial. You can't just, you know, can't just throw them away even though you know they're denied. There we go. And there we go. Denied. Okay. In you go. In you go. In you go. In you go. And as you can see, once it's maxed out, they stop going down. So you can just go ahead and throw them all in there, and then once you hit the button, a new truck will show up, and they'll start going again. There you go. Alright, throw these in the denied. Oh, full. There we go. And there we go. Last one. Bloop. Submit. Yay! We did it. Another successful day. Alright, let's go ahead and buy a warehouse upgrade. Yay! Cargo type display. Submit parcels through the correct cargo type export door. If no doors are available for the valid cargo type, set the parcel aside and check the cargo type calendar for the next delivery update. So yeah, even though right now there are no planes exporting, so you can't like throw them down there, plane is an accepted one, so what you can do is you can stack the parcels up, and then the whatever day the airport becomes available, you can go ahead and throw them in. So you don't, you know, say no just because, yeah. Alright, purchase 3 straight conveyors from the shop. Alright. Conveyor, straight conveyors. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Alright, purchase a serial number keypad. Serial number keypad, that one. Oh, current truck needs to be emptied off. Alright, there. Now we get that. Instantly appears. Alright, serial number keypad. With the serial number license, you'll need to key in serial numbers. Use your mouse or the numbers on your keypad to type them in. So yeah, another thing that we need to check. Although, actually, the serial number scanner isn't super expensive. We might, just like... required license. We might hold off on buying the license until we think we can afford the next warehouse upgrade, and just, like, skip that entirely. Because what a pain. But as you can see with the conveyors, they're starting to like introduce the idea of, hey, what if we could automate this a little bit? So like, eventually we'll need to like open up the parcels for like contraband stuff. And here we go, the checkers. So that you can, it'll instead of you checking things for individual things, you can scan, and create conveyor belts to like do the stuff. Alright. So today, just like the previous day, what we're going to do is we're going to just unload and then wait until the end of the day to actually sort through things, and we'll just do it all at once. But I wonder if we can upgrade the delivery speed. We can, but not until we get tier 2 warehouse, which means we would need to buy that. So we'll do that at end of day and see if we can skip the whole serial scanning nonsense, because I don't want to input key codes like that. That's annoying as hell. Pre-approved. Hold on. We got another email.
Hi! Wow, look at you go! It's great to see you focusing on improving company profits by expanding the warehouse, even at the detriment of your own sanity! This new warehouse tier gives you access to a new export door that accepts parcels with air cargo. This type of cargo only comes twice per week, so check the cargo type delivery schedule. Hi! Every parcel has a cargo type. A screen displays the valid cargo types with each valid submission export door. Some export doors only accept certain type of cargoes on particular days. If a parcel cargo type is invalid, but there are no doors available, store it until later. Alright, so cargo type. So today, Wednesday, we've got all 3 of them available. So today is probably today's the first day we can get air stuff and submit it through the air door. Pre-approved. 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 Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Yeah, I should probably buy some pallets, so I'm not just like tossing the stuff everywhere. That's a pre-denied, but we'll go ahead and just like get it off right now. Pre-denied. Not obvious. Not obvious. Look at our stats. We got no invalid. We got no errors yet. Yay. Off you get. Not obvious. Not obvious. Ah. Denied. That's not the right symbol. There is no helicopter, there's only airline.
Not obvious. Oh, let's just get them off first. Not obvious and pre-approved. Hoppa! 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 Where's that third conveyor? There it is. We'll have a use for those in a bit. Once the day is over, we can start doing things. But for right now, we're just getting stuff off. Alright. Pre-denied. And pre-denied. Not obvious. Not obvious. What? And what? And what? Whoop, that one's obvious. There's no ice cream, cake, fucking delivery service. Get out of here. Whoop, pre-approved. Obvious. Not obvious. Oh, that one's obvious. There's no carrot delivery service either! Right, whoop. What? And what? Pre-approved. Not obvious. And whoop, there's no helicopter service. Get out of here. Denied. And denied. What? And what? And what? There's no whatever the fuck that is service. Whatever the hell that. What do you think that is? I mean, it makes me think of those like helicopter hats, but it might be like a lift, like an airlift thing, like on a ski lift. That's what it kind of makes me think of as well. Like a ski lift service. I don't know. What? And what? And what? Let's see if we can get one more. I don't think so. I think that goes too slow. We won't get one. We won't get one more. Pre-denied. Pre-approved. Nope. Darn, so close. Not obvious. And not obvious. Alright, so now we gotta actually sort these ones. Let's start with weight. So up to 30. Alright. Up to 5. Nope. 20. Yep. Up to 30. Yep. Up to 30. Yep. Up to 30. Yep. Up to 15. Nope. Just barely overboard. Up to 20. Nope. Too heavy. Up to 20. Nope, that's too heavy. Up to 15. Yep. Up to 30. Yep. Up to 30. Up to 30. Yep. Up to 20. Yep. Up to 15. Why did they pay extra for this one? Could have made that A class. Up to 30. That's why I assume is like you have to like pay extra to make it like go through certain clearance, and I assume that E is like the most expensive because it's the most lenient. And so like A is like the cheapest because it's the least lenient. That's what I assume. I don't know. Like this one needs to be E class, but the other ones didn't. The other ones could have been like A or B class. Alright, only up to 10. Alright. Now we gotta actually check the country. Alright, Prania. Yep. Approved. But it goes on the airline, so it's gotta be over here. Alright, Soport. Approved. Lick balls! Everyone wants to send things to Lick Balls, but that's not a real place. Oh, it is a real place! Lick Balls is real, but it's not that symbol, so still denied. Martine. Approved. Martine. Approved. Approved! I don't know. Approved! This is freaking Knuckles. That's airline, so it's gotta go over here. Alright. Congrati, approved. Congrati, approved. Stratton, that's not the sentence symbol. Denied. Prania, approved. Congrati, approved. approved. Ready. Airline has to go over here. Alright, Vokua. Looks right to me. And last package to be sorted. Lick balls, and that actually is the symbol of lick balls, so approved. Yay! Now to start sending things places. And actually make some money. Get in there! Get in there! Yay! Alright, and these all gotta get their deny stickers. Denied. Denied. And denied. Alright, down the denial chute you go. Oh, that one's full. Boop. Deny, 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 deny. Nice. Alright. Boop. And boop. And boop. Yay! How much does this serial verification license cost? 300 bucks. Yay. Purchase the scanner conveyor weight from the shop. Requires warehouse 2. Warehouse 2 only costs 1,000 bucks. There we go. Yay! So now we can start automating a little bit. The scanner weight conveyor. Scanner weight conveyor costs 1,500, so we can't afford that one. But we can go ahead and buy the serial number scanner, so we don't have to actually do that mechanic, because screw that mechanic. So now we don't need to input the numbers. We can just like do it instantly. But it's starting to introduce us to some automation. So yay. Alright. 21 correct approvals, 15 correct denials. Yay. We are doing a good job. No errors so far. Hooray for no errors. We got new mail. Alright.
Hi, what's a parcel inspector's favorite herb? Parsley. Anyway, well done for being proactive in purchasing a serial number verification license. It's nice to finally have an employee that cares about making their boss more money. Next, from the next delivery, check parcel serial numbers from the keypad. Go to the serial number tab to in your inspection to learn more.
Ugh. Yes, skip all that nonsense. Big box, little box.
Hi. I've noticed that you aren't accepting new parcel types into the warehouse. New parcel types grant more income for each valid parcel, helping our shareholders make more money. Isn't that great? Go to the parcel types tab in your inspection and learn more.
Parcel types. So yeah, if we just get more types of parcels, then all the parcels make more money. And there's not really anything to care about in terms of that, so it's just free more money. Yay, more money. It just makes the parcels look different. But it doesn't actually mean anything. It's just an excuse to make the parcels worth more. So, yay. Alright, so once again, the airline is off, so we have to, like, store the airline ones on this package here. And now we gotta save up for that scanner conveyor that costs $1,500. So let's start a new day. Alright, any obvious ones? Nope. Nope. And nope. And now another day of essentially just waiting for more cargo to show up. That was obviously not real, but we'll move on from that. There we go. That one's not obvious. That one's obvious. And not obvious. Alright, let's go ahead and do... Okay. So that one can go up here. Alright, any obvious ones? That one's obvious. Not obvious. Pre-denied. Alright. Go ahead and... Alright. See, now we get these thin ones. But they're just a different looking parcels, not really anything to go off of. Obviously not right. And not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Pre-approved. What? Pre-denied. Unsure. That one's That's obvious. Alright, so far so good when it comes to the serial numbers. I'm glad they sell you a solution to not have to do that, like, immediately. Whoop. Bad number. Denied. Alright, so we'll keep doing normal game for maybe another 40 minutes or so to get to the like 2-hour mark, and then we'll swap over to my my already finished save, and you can see what the game ends up turning into over the course of, you know, 14 or so hours. Like, if I were to play this for 3 or more streams, what it would turn into. Alright, pre-approved. Not obvious. And pre-approved. Aha. And anything obvious? Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. I actually know this one's wrong because that is not the symbol of lick ball. And pre-approved. Nice. Not obvious. And not obvious. Alright, last delivery of the day. Not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Whoop. Denied. Alright. Time to sort through the ones we got. And the current goal is to save up 1,500 for the auto weight conveyor. So we won't need need to check its weight with the scale anymore. Last one for this section. Alright. Now we gotta check their weight. Alright. At least 30. At least 15. Or maximum of 15. Maximum of 20. Maximum of 10. No! Maximum of 20. Okey-doke. Maximum of 30. Maximum of 15. Okey-doke. Maximum of 30. Alright. Maximum of 20. Okey-doke. Maximum of 10. No! Alright. Maximum of 15. Good. Maximum of 20. Alright. And maximum of 20. Good. Maximum of 30. Maximum of 30. Good. Maximum of 30. Ooh. Maximum of 30. And maximum of 30. Okie doke. Now we gotta check the actual country. Alright, Strenton, approved. Piranha, approved. Molland, approved. Martin, approved. Congrati, approved. Man, I'll be real. If I was given the amount of leniency that this guy is given, I probably would do this job for real. Like, here's a warehouse. Here's just things that show up in the warehouse. You got no time constraints. You got nothing that you need to do. You don't, just do it at your own time. Just see that it gets done. And if you just do it, then, it's your warehouse. Do whatever you want with it. That sounds okay. It's all the, little constraints that would make a job like this an absolute hell. That and having to work with other people. Like, disagreeable, angry people who are really, really unhappy that this is their life. It'll be really disagreeable. Schmell balls! That's not a real place. Schmelma balls. Martin. But otherwise, this is kind of relaxing. I don't know. Something about it. It just tickles my brain in a nice way. That's not lick balls. Support ship. And last one to sort. Kristen. Yep. Approved. Alright, let's start throwing them in places. Yay, all correct. Alright. Pull again. Alright, let's throw out all these denials. Oh, I forgot to put a deny sticker on one of those. Uh-oh. I probably can't get it back, can I? That's a shame. Oh well. I'm gonna get penalized. But that's okay. Oh no! I didn't notice there was another truck here. There's another truck with a whole bunch of packages. Oh no! There's a second truck. Ah, god damn it. Oh man. I gotta check these. No, I'm a fool. At least this one's obvious. I'm a foolish fool. Who's foolish? Alright, check the serial number. Alright. Check the place. Bronia. Yep. Let's check the weight. At least 15. Or maximum 15. Okay. So that's an improved one. Approved. And you. Serial number. Place. That's the flag of implant. Alright, let's check your weight. At least maximum of 30. Alright. Yep, another approved. I can't believe I forgot there was a whole second truck. How long has that been there? Dang, I could have been making a lot more money today. Yep, that was my first error. Inspection sticker missing from parcel. You've been waived for your first penalty, but after that, yeah. I gotta make sure that I actually put the deny sticker on them before I throw them away.
I'm a fool! A foolish fool! I've messed up so much today. Alright, nice, 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 nice. Alright, let's buy that scanner weight conveyor. Alright, scanner weight conveyor. Yay! And now this thing can check the weight for me, and I don't have to check it myself. Huzzah! Which means I can pick this up and, like, just shove it over here. Because it is now an antique. And I could just throw it away, but, you know, might as well have it to, like, show off our progress. Alright, so input, output. Yay. Purchase an upgrade for your warehouse from the Upgrades tab. Alright, Upgrades tab. Boop. Faster delivery speed. Alright. Let's do one more day. Day 5. Alright, so today we have airline online and these two online. So we got all three going for today. Yay. And we have 2 trucks. I did not realize that last time. So we'll be running back and forth picking up parcels. Bills. And then we can sit here, check serial number, check country flag sticker, and then if all that is good, we'll send it through the weight conveyor. And that'll be what we do. Is there any other conveyors we can buy at this stage? Sticker conveyors to see if there's already an approved or rejected, denied sticker already on it. And that looks like that's it right now. We could buy some pallets so we're not like making the place cluttered. And the loader conveyor so that it loads things onto storage racks, which is also pretty nice, but that's expensive. The pallets are cheaper. But it only carries up to 6 parcels. That's no good. We would want one of these large pallets, but they take a... Can't get those yet. Alright, whatever. Open day. Time to run from truck to truck.
pre-approved. Pre-approved. Pre-denied. Actually, I guess we should put denied ones over here now, because those can go through the wait. Okay. Take this one. Pre-approved. Oh gosh, so fast. There's no time. Pre-denied. Pre-denied. Yeah. So many parcels. Pre-denied. Yeah. So how's your day and stuff been going? Like, how's your time while I was broken going? Anything neat happen? Anything go on that I need to be aware of? Because I've been kind of out of the loop for a while, so I don't know. I need to like go back and like check on all the updates and stuff of like all the different things that have been going on. I know that Final Fantasy XIV's next update is coming on real soon. I need to be getting back on there and earning those MOG points, because, whoops, I really have been missing out on this entire event. Maybe that'll be what I do on Tuesday next week, is, like, going full on trying to get MOG points, so I can at least get something this event. I feel bad for missing out on the events entirely, you know what I mean? Yeah. I also need to check on my Steam's, like, various update pages and see, like, what new stuff has been coming out. Any updates for things that have been going on. I remember, we were doing Enshrouded for a while, but it looks like people sort of moved on from that fairly quickly. Maybe I should, like, just play some on my own, see how that's going. I know that the Enshrouded people really want you to play with friends, but it should be possible to solo. We'll see how that goes. Maybe Cray will jump in and we'll, like, duo it. I don't know. See how that goes. See what he thinks about doing that. The usual, but I finished a small one-shot CCD with a little bro. Gonna try another one-shot with an old game system I made a long time ago. Sometime soon. Ah, nice. Yeah, I need to start, like, looking at tabletop stuff again. Like, I've talked before how easy it is to get disheartened when it comes to the whole, like, feedback loop of being a DM, but that doesn't mean I don't still really enjoy doing it. And I kind of miss, like, doing that sort of stuff. Maybe I should go back and make simple stuff again, because at least then it's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because I didn't put that much effort into it. And sometimes, you know, simple is best, you know? I like Pathfinder's freedom through complexity stuff, but every once in a while, maybe you just want to sit down and do something easy. Do something simple. Something I've thought about, and I've thought about this because of Stranger Things doing what Stranger Things is doing, but what might be fun is creating a Vecna storyline and like finding the old Vecna stories and like maybe trying to do something with that. Because all that stuff is pre-made, so I don't really have to do much. I just gotta, you know, organize it. Which, you know, that might be doable. And then, you know, do my characteristic stuff as my personal flavor of DM, which is make it not quite so grimdark, scary, and make it more casual, gaming friendly. Although, I don't know. I don't know if people would want to try that out just to try it out. You know, just to like see how they feel with like the grimdark, scary Vecna storylines. Yeah, let me know if you plan to do one-shots. I wouldn't mind even if we do just dungeon one-shot raids. Yeah, those were fun. I like doing those. With like the roguelike procedurally generated stuff that I did that one time. And that other time, and that other time, and that other time. Vecna? Vecna, yeah. He's a super famous D&D baddie that they adopted for Stranger Things and then like changed a bunch of his stuff, which is a shame. But yeah, no, he's super famous when it comes to D&D stuff. Like, for example, the Tomb of Horrors is one of those super duper like famous dungeons way back in the day. And one of Vecna's apprentices created it. Like, everything is sort of interconnected when it comes to Vecna. It's a crazy storyline. He's essentially like this incredibly powerful wizard who wanted to achieve immortality, was betrayed, became a lich, and then used his lichdom to become like this like dark god. Like, he is a villain who wins. And that makes him memorable. And in D&D, all of his storylines are played out as if the players are the humans in a horror movie. Like, you're actually timed on your decision making. Like, it's meant to be an on the edge of your seat D&D campaign. Like, just for perspective, one of his storylines literally begins with all of the most powerful mages in the world all dying at once, and every single mage in the entire world being able to feel their like deaths because it's so impactful, and like every single wizard in the entire world is like, oh no, I feel a disturbance in the force because the 6 most powerful mages in the world all died at once. And now, like, everything is falling apart, everything is bad, and, like, there's, like, magic is going, like, weird and berserk. And, like, the resurrection spells no longer function. Weird things like that. In fact, there's another storyline. That's a separate storyline. There's another storyline where all of a sudden, all resurrection magic stops working. And everyone who died and was brought back through resurrection magic dies once again. And but they don't die normally. It's like their soul is being drained out of them. And all like coalescing into one location. It's pretty spooky. Like, in a universe where people can be brought back to life, all of a sudden people are dying again. And like, magic cannot fix it. That's the sort of stuff that Vecna gets up to. When the DM declares sudden death. Yeah. But that's the sort of thing when it comes to Vecna campaigns. It's that sort of old school, like, you are not necessarily meant to win. And if you lose, the story continues regardless. And you can see the, like, the destruction of the world due to your failing. And you just gotta like live with that. as you, like, you know, as you deal with the downsides of your party not coming through against overwhelming odds. Because it is actually overwhelming odds. They are campaigns where the villain is meant to win, not because of bullshit OP nonsense, but because it's genuinely terrifying. Alright, so now we got all the parcels to sort through for the day. Let's just start parsing through them. God, I wish I could get the country checker. When do I get that one? Content expansion, diverter, unloader. Here we go, the stamp one. No, that's not it. Cargo type country. Country scanner is tier 5. Ah, man. That's not for a long time yet. I'm gonna be checking this thing forever. Alright. Yeah, Danica. Yep. Let's check the scan. Good. Put that there. Next. Martine. Good. Good. Oh, that's an obvious one. Nope. And so yeah, I don't know how receptive people would be to a campaign like that, but it might be worth playing around with. What I might do is I might like start off with that and then do what I do and make it more palatable from there. And see just, you know, how far the party wants to go. Like, what line of difficulty is the party comfortable with? And then go from there. That might be what I do. But the more I think about it, the more work I end up making for myself. And I have such a bad habit of doing that when it comes to D&D, where it's like, I want to do so much, but then I end up making way too much work for myself. I get burned out, and then the reception is lukewarm, and I just lose all of my, lose all my enthusiasm. And then I get a new idea, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm done with that idea. I want to do this new idea. And then the cycle begins anew. The hard part really is starting and making the campaign, right? Actually, I disagree. I think the hardest part is keeping it going once you've started it. Because as hard as it is to start the campaign, once you're like on session 4, like it starts getting harder and harder to be like, all right, we're still in this world, still in the storyline, still moving forward. Even though I have all these new ideas, I don't want to act on any of them because we've finally got this one going. But I'm already starting to lose interest, but I don't want to make it stop. Blarg. Like, that's where it gets rough for me. That's why the roguelike ones are so nice, because I can just, like, throw in my ideas haphazardly, and it doesn't matter. And then once I get bored of that roguelite system, I can just create another one. It's like, oh, I'm tired of doing kobolds and catacombs. Let's do the nightmares. Oh, I'm tired of doing the nightmares. Let's do the witchwood. Oh, I'm tired of the witchwood. Etc., etc., etc. But then you get nostalgic, and then things get really weird, where it's like, man, that was so much fun, I want to do that again. And I never learn. Oh, that one's obviously not right. There's no cake. Pre-denied, pre-approved. Is that the right one for Molland? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know. Smell my balls! Oh, that's an obvious one. I kind of wish I got the raid idea to work, where I got everyone controlling their own, like, adventurer party of people. I wish I could have gotten that one to work, because I so like the idea of these large-scale battles of people controlling multiple pieces, almost like it's an RTS. Although I guess since it's based on D&D, it's just a turn-based strategy game. With everyone controlling the multiple pieces. It just didn't end up working. People were like, oh, I can't think of anything for my multiple characters. And I don't like controlling multiple characters. I want to control one character and have, like, you know, more story and more things to do with that one character, and character development for just one character. Which I get, I agree with, it's just, you know, I wish I'd gotten that idea to work. Because I so like the idea of that. What I also might want to try is, and this is an idea I've had forever, of doing your super duper basic anime RPG type thing, where it's like, oh, there's an adventurer guild, go on adventures, here's your basic adventurer stuff, and like almost do default village RPG. It's like, welcome to default starting village. Go into the basement of the tavern and fight some rats. Just like to be funny, because I think that would be some funny, silly fun. Because every once in a while, you know, you wanna enjoy the classics, you know. Every once in a while, you wanna be like, you know, why not? Village of Beginnings with chief of introductions, defeating the early game rats for pennies, right? And at the end, you must go and fight the Demon Lord and collect the 7 MacGuffins. Because sometimes doing things like that can be fun. And I haven't really done that for a long time. There's nothing wrong with the Dragon Quest formula of defeating the Demon Lord, right? Sometimes it's just nice to enjoy the roots a little bit. Why am I zooming in and out? That's so weird. Genothia, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and clean out some of these denied ones, because they're kind of cluttering up the place. it wouldn't be done a billion times if there was something wrong with it, right? That's what I think. And plus, sometimes stuff like that is just fun. Like, I enjoy the simple classics. And I actually find it really sad that it's hard to find things like that nowadays. Like, even the new Dragon Quest games don't follow... This doesn't have a denied sticker on it. Why is this over here? Yeah, why is this over here? This kind of got mixed in. This is, Anyway. This also just got mixed in. Good thing I was paying attention. A lot of these are just kind of mixed in. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find, like, simple default RPGs nowadays. If I was creating like a phone game company, I would want to do that and create default RPG. Because I think something like that that's super simple to understand, and like easy to play around with is genuinely enjoyable. And you just can't find it nowadays. Even the new Dragon Quest games do weird things. Which is good, you know, I'm not trying to say it's bad that they're doing new things. I'm just saying it's a shame I can't find my default village RPG things. Like, I would need to play Knights of Pen and Paper again, you know? But I've already played that. Oh, there's a whole second stack I forgot to go through. I did it again. I completely forgot there was a second stack. Whatever. We'll go through this stack entirely and then we'll do that stack. So this stuff, if it gets approved by the weight machine, it is approved. And if it's denied, it's obviously denied. So that, honestly, might be the next thing I do, is default RPG, the D&D game. Because that also wouldn't be difficult to make. But we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I also need to find time to do it. That's another difficult thing. Maybe I'll make it on stream. Although that would be kind of not fair to people who want to just enjoy the stream. Like you can. Like, how are you gonna join in the campaign if you're watching the stream? I'll have to be picky and choosy about what I show. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fiddle around with schedules. That is another problem as well. Alright, why don't we buy a looter conveyor with a rack? Honestly, I should have bought 2 sets of those, but I can't afford it. Ah, God, I'm stuck. There we go. There we go.
And there we go. So now, approved things can go. All right, conveyor loader connects storage racks, automatically store parcels. Yay. And then, bloop, they get loaded on. Yay. And as you can see, there's an upgrade section where you can upgrade these things so that they go faster. Denied. Alright, let's start moving these things over here to the not obvious section. Oh, pre-approved. Not obvious. Not obvious. Obvious. Yeah, I have so many things I want to do, goddammit. Time is never on my side, ever. Oh, denied. 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 And it doesn't help that everything I want to do all the time, always, are time-consuming things. D&D is time-consuming. Simulator games are time-consuming. MMOs are time-consuming. And it's like, but I love doing those things. Those things are so much fun. Damn it. Right, not obvious. How I feel about RimWorld and Mountain Blade, right? Like, those games are fun, but they are time-consuming. Especially Mountain Blade. Oh my god. I mean, Mountain Blade is almost a forever game because it never stops. Thing's full. These are all approved, so. Alright, not obvious. Not obvious. There's a whole second stack of boxes to go through. Son of a bee. I gotta get this automation stuff set up.
let's see. Let's get another loader conveyor and storage rack for the denied section. Let's see. Is there like a tea section that we can buy? There is. Buy that one. So that when we set up more stuff, it can join through here. Like that. So that we can get more denies. Theoretically, we want that over here as well for more approves, but When sandboxing games are massive time sinks, right? But I like them. And then there's, like war games in general, like Total War Warhammer games take forever to play, but I enjoy them so much. They are so much fun. It is agony that they take so long to play. Not obvious. I mean, hell, we're only on day 5 of this game, and it's already been like 2.5 hours. And this game has only started becoming complex, and the automation has barely even begun. Alright, not obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Obvious. Not obvious. Not obvious. Ah, that one's obvious. There's no hamburger delivery system. The Krusty Krab pizza is a pizza for you and me. Alright. Almost done checking what the obvious ones are. Oh, my nose. Oh, that one's obvious. There's no rocket chips. Not obvious. Not obvious. And obvious. No mail. Well, I mean, there is a mail system. That's what I'm doing. But, you know what I mean. There's no mail delivery system. That's not right either. You know what I mean, though. Alright. And now we check. Beeps. Good. And Peruania, that's not it. Good. Good. And implant. Yep. Onto the checker. Leg ball. Yep. Yep. Onto the checker. Kristen. Yep. Cereal. Nope. Denied. Cereal. Yep. Martine. Yep. Onto the checker. Martine. Yep. Yep. Onto the checker. Strenton. Yep. Cereal. Yep. Onto the checker. Kristen, yep. Yep. Onto the checker. Oh, checker's full. Just gotta remember that these are all approved already. Alright, Martine, yep. Cereal. Yep. Onto the checker. Voca. Yep. Yep. Onto the checker. Peruania. Yep. Cereal. Yep. Onto the checker. Oh my goodness. Yep. Janathia. Yep. Check. Oh my goodness. How... When do I unlock more of these automation things? So I can already get the pre-sticker one. That one's at Warehouse 3. That one's at Warehouse 5. That one's at Warehouse 7. The serial number conveyor and the country conveyor are the ones that I'm like, man, I really want those. So that's 1,300. Probably won't get that one yet. Denied. Onto the checker. Oh, I think this is almost full again. So many approved ones. Yep, that's Martine. Trenton. Good. Onto the checker. Karate. Yep. Nope. Rwania. Yep. cereal. There we go. Yeah. So now I'm starting to get to the point where I'm memorizing what the flags are for each thing, so I don't even have to like look at it anymore. I just remember. Like that one is the one for slow port. Like I don't even have to look. I know that that one is the one for Kristen, so I don't even have to look. That one is the one for Yet Danica. Don't even have to look. And that one isn't a real flag. When do I get the auto approve and deny ones? I saw that those existed. Tier 7. Ugh, that's gonna be a while. That is the one for lick balls. Oh, on to the checker. That is the one for piranha. Yep. Checker's full again. I got all these approved packages. Almost done. That's not the one for slow port. That is. On to the checker. Ready. Yep. Yep. And there we go. Let's start tossing packages. Ah, my goodness gracious. Start denying these ones. And all the rest of those are approved. Let's approve them and sort them. That one goes over here. That one goes over here. Here. go. Alright, once I'm done with this stack and we can finish this day, I'll swap over to my fully completed save file and you can see what this game is turning into. Like, like you can already kind of see the beginnings of, okay, I get it. Big empty warehouse, conveyor belts, scanners, racks. I get it. And just like more and more and more and more. With more things to check, more things to scan, more conveyors to conveyor, etc., etc., etc. Now I can afford the expansion over here. Expand! Yay! And now we can get a new checker. Which checker did we unlock? Oh yeah, we unlocked the serial scanner checker, as well as the pre-sticker checker. Probably won't be able to afford them today, though. But that's okay. By train. Back here. Here, hold on. Pallet. Let's buy us a pallet so we can do this a little bit faster. You can carry multiple parcels at the same time with pallets, yay! Oh, maximum reached. Approved. Oh, that's a plain one. We gotta go over here. Hoopla! Ah, missed. That's not the plain one. What? Here we go. Alright. Stick to the pallet, stick to the pallet, stick to the pallet, stick to the pallet. Full. Ah, that one fell off.
machine. Let's fill up this pallet. Looks like we only gotta fill it up one more time-ish. One more and a little extra. Yep. That and 3 more packages. Alright. And approved. And approved. And we can almost afford another checker on the conveyor belts. In you go. And in you go. Alright. Only 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Approved. Approved. And approved. Yay! Day 5 completed. And we make lots and lots of monies. Sleep. And we did it all correct. We are good at this job. Yay! Parcel simulator. Alright, so rather than continuing on with day 6, let's swap over to my completed save file. Main menu. So now you've seen how the game starts. Now let's see how the game ends. Ta-da! So here we are at the end of a day. And here's my factory, doing my factory things. So I'll give you a play-by-play tour, right? And look at all this extra bullshit I've just got laying around. Just because I love reorganizing this stupid thing. Alright, so the parcels get brought in, and I have an upgrade that puts them on a conveyor to start with. So they go on a conveyor. They go door. Here comes another one, also coming off a truck. Off another truck, off another truck, off another truck. So we got 5 trucks in total of things just coming off, and then they go into this storage system. This is just to like store all the packages that get brought in, because I have an upgrade that brings in like 10, 12 packages per truck per trip. So it's just way more than my factory can like handle. So it all has to go into the storage system first, where it all gets slowly piped on through until it gets to this storage one, where it'll come out.
and into the sorters. So the first one checks if it's already been pre-approved or pre-denied. So if it's been pre-approved, it goes that way. If it's been pre-denied, it goes that way. And if it's neither, then it goes back here. So this is what Amazon looks like with their robotics. Yes, or at least it should if they're smart. And this one checks the weight. We've seen that one. If the weight is wrong, it goes that way. If the weight is right, it goes this way. This one checks the serial number. If the serial number is wrong, it goes that way. If it's right, it goes this way. Here's the country flag checker. If it's right, it goes that way. If it's wrong, it goes that way. And then we got the stamp. So there's special stamps on each one that tell what, like, type it is. So we got, like, that one right there. That one right there. That one right there. Make sure that it's the right stamp. If it's the right stamp, it goes that way. If it's the wrong one, it goes that way. And then finally, whether it's got prohibited contents, and it scans it. If it doesn't, it goes that way. If it does, it goes that way. And then all the bad ones all coalesce over onto this one where it gets stored until it comes over here to an auto fail checker where it'll automatically fail stamp them like that. Whoop, automatically stamped failure. And then it goes through down into the invalid submissions one, which now holds up to 16. And then the truck will automatically go when it reaches 16. Honestly, I think that one's a bad upgrade, but it's an upgrade I needed to get all the achievements, so I got it anyway. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't get the one that makes it so that the trucks automatically go. I like hitting the button myself. I like how there's a ton of checkpoints, but the moment something is wrong, they get sent to the one reject. Exactly. As soon as anything is wrong, it all coalesces into rejected. Your parcel must be perfect, or it gets returned. So if everything goes perfectly, it goes this way onto this conveyor. This one will sort whether it is a road or a rail parcel. Road parcels go that way. Rail parcels go that way. Otherwise, it goes over here. This one checks whether it's a ship parcel. If it is, it goes over there. If not, it goes through here. This one checks if it's a airline parcel. If it is, it goes over there. If not, it goes over here. And here is my catch-all system, where it's like, if anything is like inconclusive about it, it goes over here. This is where all the like obvious ones go. But also, sometimes there's overfill because these conveyors are not perfect. And it'll cause the whole thing to stop if anything isn't running. Like if this one's not running, it'll fill up the parcels and then it'll stop and then it won't be able to continue. Same with this one over here. This wasn't a problem when I didn't have the upgrade that made the trucks auto go. But because it has the upgrade to auto go, if these are full, it'll try to go even though there's no accepting one. So it'll just be 16 bad acceptances, which pisses me off. This problem was created with an upgrade that I didn't want to buy. So I have to turn off with these toggle pause ones that make it so that the conveyors don't go. And so because of that, every once in a while, the whole thing just gets clogged. And so I have to personally check these to see if there's anything obviously wrong with them or if it's just overflow. Like this one is a good package for the shipping section. But because the shipping section is full, it just passed it on through. So if I were to just connect this one straight to the rejected ones, then it would give a whole bunch of false bad ones. It's so annoying. So there is still some hand element I need to do because the whole system gets clogged. And you might say, well, it's like, well, is there not a thing that you can do about that? Like make these storage ones bigger Sure, but there's a finite amount of space. There's just not enough room to really do that. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of dead space here that I probably could make better. But then, like, it would become just a spider web of things, and eventually I'd not understand. This is a lot simpler because throughout the day, I can just stand right here and just, like, move everything over to this one to be redistributed through the system. That's what this one is for. This, I can move things over to, like, this one, I pick it up, put it on this, and it'll be taken to go through the system all over again, where it'll be re-storaged until the system can move forward again. And because I moved that one over, the whole system moved forward one. And so I can take, like, this package, which is obviously wrong, and put it right there. And take this package, which is obviously wrong, put it there. This package, which is obviously wrong, put it there. This package, which is right, but got pushed through the system, I just put over there. And so I can just stand right here and do, like, okay, is this obvious? If it's obvious, it goes over here. I honestly should move this closer, or I should put another one right here, so I can, like, have it go that way. Like, get rid of these pallets that I don't need anymore. I honestly don't know why these are here. Get rid of these pallets, put a another small storage right here that goes over here. And then I can literally just stand here. And that's the only human thing I need to do. How does it feel to be a warehouse worker worth a mill? Right? I make this company so much money. And yet I still live in this squalor. So here, I'll end the day, I'll start a new day, and you can watch the whole system at work. I made 25,000 bucks that day. Imagine making $25,000 a day. That's crazy. Day 68. So I just start the day. And today, airlines are open, so I can untoggle pause this. Yay! And those are still open as well, so yay, no problems. That one is still off, needs to be off. Let's buy that thing I said. Pay bills. So I was buying a small red storage rack, and we'll turn this one into a joiner. Is that a basketball hoop? Yeah! There's an achievement for getting a slam dunk. So yeah, I had to get an achievement by just, like, trying to be good at basketball. There's also a break room over here that just kind of exists. It's not for anything. It just kind of exists. Everything's broken. Press F5 to refresh. Sorry, out of order. Ha 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 ha. And so yeah, that's the system just working. go ahead and... put this here like that, and then turn that into a joiner conveyor. John Parcel is built different. Doesn't need a break until they go to bed. Not to sleep forward, but to fast forward time, right? Let's see. Don't need to eat either. Alright, I need an unloader. Do I have an unloader around here somewhere? Probably not, right? I'll have to buy one. Yeah. Alright, and then turn that conveyor into a this conveyor. And then I need to buy a loader. So that's that one. So yeah, as you can see with all these like level 3 conveyors, I've redesigned this factory quite a few times, trying to get it just like slowly better and better and better. And I think this is probably as good as I'm gonna get it, where I don't have to move. I can just stand in one spot and just oh, that's right. These pallets are here because these approved ones can't go anywhere while this thing is turned off. So it'll just get forced through the system over and over and over again. That's why this pallet is here. I remember. This is a bad one. See, these auto-approved ones just can't go anywhere because the system. But now the airline one is open, so I can let that one go through again. But the ship one isn't, so I have to attach it here. And then once the ship one opens, I can load those back into the system. And that's it. This is what the game looks like when it's fully optimized. As far as I can figure it out. Like, I'm sure there's a way to make this better. But I can't do it. Because as far as I know, there's no checker to see whether the delivery method can be scanned. If the delivery method could be scanned, then that would be different, but it can't. So this is about as good as it gets. And that's it. Is this another reason why deliveries can be delayed? Backed up orders due to delivery trucks being unavailable? Yeah, see, over there, that delivery truck is like stopped because the entire system is backed up. So it can't go. And these trucks are just like waiting to be filled up. And until they are, they can't go. I mean, I gotta say though, for being an entire warehouse manned only by one guy, I think I'm doing pretty well. Suck that, Amazon. And the day just ended. It went by in a flash. And now I just let the system do its thing. And see how full this got? How quickly this got full? That's why I try to let it get fully empty before I start a new day, because I get so many packages every day that this system, even with as like much storage as I've given it, it just cannot keep up no matter what. I feel like I could make this go faster if I had this individual checking system for each truck, but there's just not that much room. Like if I could get this individual checking system for each truck, and then each place gets like 3 or 4 rows of storage for when the approval thing can't go through, then this system might be cleaner. But like, good luck finding that much room in this place. This place is already a fucking spider web of just conveyor belts. And like, yeah, there's all this room, but I don't want to turn this into even more of a convoluted mess. This is as convoluted a mess as I want it to be, because this feels good. This feels neat and tidy. It's just slow. And like, that's fine. Alright, so what do we got here? That's a bad one. I feel like all the shipped ones need to be stored, even the ones that don't say that they are approved, because otherwise they're just going to go through the system again. Is it not possible to stack more of those green shelves on top of each other? It's possible to replace them with these larger shelves. This is the maximum size for a shelf. Those are small shelves. So I could replace all of these with these big ones. And to be honest, I should do that. The reason I haven't is because I can't reach those without jumping. So if I want to interact with this at all, I can't be doing that. And while I very rarely need to interact with these shelves, I do sometimes need to interact with them. So that's why I kept them small. And then the solution is obviously just to make more of them. But again, that creates the whole spiderweb system problem where it's like, they would have to like go over here, get stored again, come back this way, be like, go over these conveyor belt lines. It's like, ugh. Ugh. I don't want to do any of that. This system, while slow, is at least well defined and easy to understand. And I don't have to move. I can just stand right here. So yeah, that's Parcel Simulator. And if you can make a better system, I absolutely think that you should. There are a lot of designs that are out there. There are people who have like turned this almost into an artwork where they've got like springboard conveyors that like toss things back and forth and like will keep the parcels in the air and like sort them through the air and toss them over to places and like make it really, really compact and simple. And, you know, good on those guys. I like this instead. That just seems messy. And yeah, once they get sorted into a thing, they come over here, they get approved, they go into the conveyor, into the things, auto-shipped. Yay. I don't have to lift a finger. Except for right here. Except for this specific spot where it does unfortunately still need me to do things. Dealing with the overflow. Because I believe the ship place is only open once a week. So once the ship one opens up, you got to make sure to get all the ship ones carried out. And that's why there's 3 pallets here. Because the plane one is only open twice a week. The ship one is only open once a week, and that can clog up the system something awful. And yeah, as you say, I can make these bigger, but it's still not enough. It's not enough to hold all the things that get piled up over the course of the day. Or week, I guess. But if you look up there, we've already got 256 correct parcel sorts. 272. And like, if you were keeping track back at the start of the game, like even when we left off on day 6, we were only sorting like 80 a day. This auto sorts on its own for the most part, like hundreds and hundreds of packages a day. Hey, wait, the airline one is open today. Why did this get sorted through here? Oh, where is it? Where did it go? Was it this one? Yeah. Why did this one fall through? That's weird. Like I said, these conveyors just unfortunately are not infallible. Which is annoying, but what can you do? At least when it fails, it doesn't sort incorrectly. It just sends it over into the overflow. So it doesn't, like, you know, create problems by being wrong. It just creates clutter. But again, if possible, like if I were playing this game over again, I would get rid of the auto send the trucks. I prefer it when, like, you know, having this like negative one fill up and like hitting the send and having it go like empty out. I like that. And it decreases errors. It does cause the system to very intentionally clog up. But then you can't tell whether it's clogged up on purpose or not, and it makes the clogs feel less bad. If that makes any sense at all. But like, I get why that upgrade exists. It's just kind of a shame I needed to get it to get all the achievements. And now I'm stuck with it. Alright, how's the system going? Is it... It's like a third of the way done. Yeah, like about a third of the way done. There's just so many parcels. So many parcels to sort through. Yeah. Like most simulator games, this is the point where the game has devolved into almost an AFK game. Like an idle game. Like you get up, you go do a chore or something, you come back, you do like a little bit of sorting. And then you get up and you go do another chore. And you come back a little bit later. It's like an idle game. Most simulator games devolve into that, and I don't know, I think there's something charming about that. But then again, I also like idle games. Like, I play idle games. I've got like 3 pages of idle games on my phone. If only they didn't have ads. You know, that's the part that always gets me. And some of those stupid phone idle games will be like, hey, pay $15 to get rid of ads. Yeah, no, instantly uninstalled. No way, absolutely not. But if it's like $1 and the game is fun otherwise, maybe I'll do it. But I'd much rather it be like Parcel Simulator and other simulator games where it works its way up to being an idle game, and I just paid like 15 bucks for it or whatever, just to like on the outset. I prefer that. Would you like to watch an ad for 5 gems? See, I like that though. I don't mind that. That's a, would you like to watch an ad for a bonus? I like that. It's those, hey, in order to continue playing this idle game that you downloaded, you need to watch like 3 ads. And we're gonna force you to watch ads in order to like hit the next button. Like, fuck that. Absolutely not. And it's like, oh, but you want to get rid of those? Pay us $10. Pay us $15. No. For an idle game? Get out of here. You know, Chrono Trigger on Steam is only like 12 bucks, right? I'm not fucking paying that much money for that. And then some phone games get real egregious, like Brawl Stars. Man, Supercell deserves every bad thing that happens to it, ever. Like, not only are they completely flouting the EU's rules on loot boxes, like very purposefully, and just like mask off, oh yeah, we're choosing to not abide by the EU's loot box laws because we think that we want to make more money. But then on top of that, you can buy heroes for our game for $50. Fuck right off. Buying a character in your, like, PvP brawler game for $50? Also, here's a battle pass, here's a brawl pass, here's a PvP pass. You can buy gems, you can buy skins, you can buy this, that, or the other. Also, there's loot boxes, and you can buy more loot boxes. Just fuck all the way off. Just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you don't have ads. Clap, clap. Every other thing that you do is bad and wrong and evil. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, please, I beg, make me pay $12 on Steam to play your game that has everything in it that I don't have to pay one more penny for, and then I'll play it forever. Or, if you need to put in ads, if you need to put in loot boxes, if you need to put in these things, make it optional, unintrusive, and not forced. Give me a bonus to do things. Don't force me to do it. It's so dumb. It's like these people are allergic to money, and I just don't understand it. By hooking the whales, you let all the little sardines go by, and it's like, It's no good. Like, one whale will get you maybe $2,000 or $3,000, but if you can get all the sardines to pay $5 each, that's massively more profitable. That's something World of Warcraft figured out almost 20 fucking years ago with the stupid sparkle pony. I mean, for God's sakes, stupid magical sparkly star horse costs $10, and it made more money than all of their Diablo games put together. Like, Jesus Christ. It's not hard. Alright, so that one's full. Alright, we're almost on empty. Almost on empty. Had to get in at least one rant, you know? just one gaming rant, just like sneak that in there. I don't know, ranting about video games is fun. And I care. It's not, you know, I'm not trying to be hateful. I'm not trying to be mean about it. It's just, you know, I like video games. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. Why do you gotta be fucking idiots about it? Why do you have to do these obviously shitty, bad things that aren't even, like, as profitable as just doing it well? Like, doing a good job is so much more profitable than doing your stupid, underhanded bullshit. It's dumb. Ridiculous. It's that whole argument that people, like, misconstrue about how, like, capitalism is evil. It's not. Capitalism isn't evil. It's just the idea that everything has value, including your time and energy. And if your time and energy has value, you can sell that and get money. That is having a job. And then, you know, you work your job, you sell your time and your energy, you get money, you use that to buy things. It's not evil, it's fairly simplistic, and it's much more freeing in that regard than many of the other systems, where it's just, like, not sustainable, or it doesn't value your time or energy. But people get bullshitted because people are, like, people who make a lot of money try to get really, really sneaky about making as much money as possible. And they create a bunch of red tape because people will just, like, pay to get through red tape because it's annoying. And then you get lobbyists, and then you get, you know, you get all these little things here and there that corrupt the system. And people conflate that to be part of capitalism when it's not. Like, natural capitalism doesn't have lobbyists. That's not part of capitalism. That's something that was shoved in order to actually get in the way of capitalism. Because a free market capitalism demands that the better product gets the money. If you get product A and product B, and product B is the better one, people will purchase product B. And then people who make product A can either choose to make their product better or give you something else. Not difficult. But then you get things like lobbyists where it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna pay to make my I'm not gonna make my product A better. Instead, I'm going to pay someone in power to make product B go off the market, or make things difficult for product B, and then owner of product A is going to buy out product B. And then they'll just own both products and create a monopoly. And then you have no choice. So even if people who own, like owner A, makes product B worse, in order to make it more equal with product A, you can't complain because they own both. And if anyone else tries to get into the market, then they'll just do the same thing they did with owner B. That's not part of capitalism. But people conflate that to be part of capitalism, and then they're like, oh, well then capitalism is bad. It's not bad. It's just very simple. And people can make things really complex in order to get in the way of it. It's dumb. I don't know. And then they start pushing other ideals, which is socialism and communism, which are just, no. Like, I get the idea behind it, but it's not what people conflate them to be. Because of the same problems that happen with capitalism. Like, people in power will do dumb things to make those things not work. Same with capitalism. You're not gonna magically get rid of all the stupid evil people by switching the system. All you're gonna do is get a worse system. And then there's obviously the problems with thinking that the United States is a capitalist country when it's not really. It pushes capitalism as the main thing, but it, picks out little bits of socialism to, like, shove in there. Like, And then it's just a question of what should be a socialist policy and what should be a capitalist policy. Like, I would like it if hospitals were a socialist policy. That's more in line with what, like, Canada and other places do, where it's like your hospital bill is paid for with your taxes because the government takes care of it. But then you get into other problems, like, can you trust your government with what is and is not allowed to go into your body? And, well, the United States has been taught since its inception, do not trust people in power, period. No, you cannot trust people in power to not do something evil and stupid. You just can't. You can't trust people in power to not do something evil and stupid. And that's why hospitals have to stay a capitalist endeavor. Because at least that way, your government can't force you to put something in your body that you shouldn't be putting in your body. Or force you to not put something in your body which is totally harmless. You have to have that responsibility as an individual. And the only way you can have authority, autonomy, and responsibility for your own body is for it to be capitalist, because then you're paying for the service. It's your money that came from your time and energy that you are paying for. Therefore, you get to own it. And that's better. We don't like that it's better. It sucks that evil people with power get to do evil things. But that's not going to change based on your social economic system. Like, it's just not. Sorry. Evil people exists. It sucks, but it's true. And it would be nice. It would be nice if we could, trust our leaders and trust our government and trust those people to, like, take care of that stuff for us, and we would have unlimited resources from fabricators or holodecks or whatever, and we could make infinite everything, and we could trust the people in power to use that infinite everything for the betterment of all the people, and everyone could be happy and free and able to do anything they want. That'd be great. I'd love that. But that's literally the only way you're going to get these other policies to work, and it's just not true. Sorry. Like, it sucks. I agree that it sucks, but until then, capitalism better than socialism and communism. Sorry. Until you can figure out a way to just get rid of all the evil people in the world, which you can't by not being evil. Like, it's like, oh, we should just kill all the evil people. Well, then you're a murderer. Like, you just made more evil. Like, that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. And you can't reduction your way out of evil. I've had that conversation a bunch where it's like, oh, we should just make it so that we should censor things and restrict things and make things smaller, make things and hide things, because then people will be too stupid to be evil. That doesn't work. The only way you can get rid of stuff like that is by expanding your mind, expanding your knowledge, making things more free, making things more understanding. And that's why censorship is bad. Censorship is always bad. It's got a nice mindset behind it, much like all the other things I've talked about, where it's like, oh, you come from a good place, but in action, it does not work. Does not work. Sorry. Doesn't work that way. You can't make people so stupid that they do not commit evil. Doesn't work. That has to turn off, and this has to turn off. Anyway, that's Parcel Simulator. And now you know my politics, too. I like Parcel Simulator. Parcel Simulator's fun. Yay, Parcel Simulator. Wee. Alright. I think I'm going to end off for today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Sorry for the rants. I don't know. Parcel Simulator starring John Parcel. Yeah. Sorry for the rants. Sorry for the politics. I don't know. I think it's fun. And even if you disagree with me, I hope you have a good time. You know? But I think we'll end it off here. And we won't revisit this because this is as far as this game goes. Stories, and yeah, it was fun watching the game. Hell yeah. Like, they are updating this game a lot. Like, that tutorial at the start was way different than when I played the first time around. Like, they did not introduce conveyors or anything like that the first time I played. It was just kind of that thing that you figured out. But now there's a tutorial for it. And maybe they'll add more stuff to the game. And if they do, maybe I'll revisit it. But for right now, this is all the game is. This is where the game ends. And it's gone completely from Papers, Please to Factorio. Or Satisfactory, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what simulator game I'm going to play next time. In fact, I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'll find something. I'll do something. I know Friday I'm doing more Final Fantasy XIV because I need to catch up on that. And next Monday is Chrono Trigger. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is kind of up in the air. I know on Wednesday I'm going to start a new simulator game. I don't know which one. Maybe I'll do Gas Station Simulator. Although that has a lot of DLC I don't own. I'd like to get it though, but it's too expensive. And then, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. But I'll figure out something. Right now, all that's really set in stone is Monday's Chrono Trigger, Friday's Final Fantasy XIV, Wednesday is a simulator game, and then Tuesday and Thursday are kind of up in the air. Might do some Warhammer stuff, might do some other simulator type games, might do some other RPGs. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air, but I'll figure something out. What I thought of maybe doing is Tuesday being like event day, and I find some game that has an event going on, and I do it. Another out of that Mage Newgrounds game? Oh, hell yeah. If you enjoyed doing that, I'd love to do that some more. We still need to do the good guy route. And, I mean, we only did 2 of the 6 routes, didn't we? Like, there's still more stuff to do in that game. I would love to play that game again. Are you kidding me? And yes, it would be at the cost of my voice, but you know what? Worth it. Or the other Epic Battle Fantasy games. Oh man, I should play that. Hell yeah. I believe the Epic Battle Fantasy Collection came out on Steam not too long ago. That would be fun. Thursday could be like a blast of the past type of day, but yeah, whatever you feel like doing. Oh yeah, hell yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe tomorrow we'll do another round of that mage game. Because I still can't believe that game came out in 2011, was made by some guy from like Scandinavia or whatever, and then he just like disappeared off the face of the world after making that game, and it's fun. I still really, really like that game. But hell yeah. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for that, probably. Alright. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.